Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Banya Sharala of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Also, salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Banya Sharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a lesson, and it's in conjunction to a lesson that my elder of this camp, Harawan, the Lions Den Camp, and the brother Zariah of this camp as well on IUIC Jacksonville, and how it was a bunch of confusion, going on the whole video. No one was really edified. It was just a bunch of talking and yelling scriptures when they don't really understand it, because they was over there on Moncrief. Here that's the hood here in Duval. That's the hood. It's one of the hoods. There's plenty of hoods here, but Moncrief, that's like one of the more renowned hoods or known hoods here. But there's plenty more. But nonetheless, they put up a title. The whole hood came down to fight. And it's like, what these cats don't know. Before what these cats don't know. If them boys over there in Moncrief really, really wanted to do something, it'll went down. Like that, it'll went down. It is what it is. But nonetheless, they were out there. Now, they claim that they do the work of the Lord. But yet, that whole video, there was not a bit of edification that went out to help our people. Which proves and shows that those purple cladded men, I'll say that, you gotta do no ad hominem attacks and nothing like that, but those purple cladded men, they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, no matter how sincere they is. They're sincerely wrong. And the Lord's gonna sincerely judge them. Because that group has refused, from their leadership all the way down to the least of the congregation over there, have refused to listen to the voice of the Lord. But nonetheless, I was watching the brother Zariah video that he recently did on it, and I'm gonna just bring out some words of wisdom, according to that situation, because that was really foolish. So it's not really planned. I ain't got nothing wrote down, but I'm gonna read scriptures as I see them, as the Lord revealed them to me. But let's continue. Without further ado, this is Sirach, chapter 19. And let's see. Verse... I'm going to start at verse 29. It says, a man may be known by his look. So you can tell what type of a man is by his look. And one that hath understanding by his countenance, when thou meetest him. So you can pretty much get a good judge of who a man is or what a man is about by his countenance, by his gait, by how he carry himself. And you can also get a good understanding of a man by his countenance. When you meet him, you'll be able to see if this is a man of understanding or if this is a man of foolishness. But on that video, neither one of them was a man of understanding. You could tell that they were both argumentative, because you got to think they was arguing with like 4-5 other dudes or 3-4 other dudes, however many dudes it was. I wasn't really paying attention. I was more paying attention to the fact that they were not edifying and bringing forth the words of the Lord. They was hollering over people rather than bringing them out, bringing out the scriptures and then elaborating and breaking them down to help the people to understand. But you could tell by a man's countenance of like how he carry himself and what he is about. You can get a good judge of character about what he about a man and what he is about. And those ones, in IUIC, they couldn't judge the fact that it was a bunch of niggas in front of them. I'm just gonna say it how it is. A bunch of niggas, and they was not listening, and they were not trying to listen, because one of the dudes, that's how it is in Duval. Oh, but we can get it right now. You know what I'm saying? They went there immediately. But nonetheless, that group was not using wisdom. Because if you was using wisdom, even if you is gonna go to the hood, be set aside or stand out from the rest of everything else. So if you saying something, you speaking, and our people are interested, Jacob come, he'll come. If it's interesting enough to get his attention for a few minutes. But but let's continue. What this is. Sirach chapter 21. And these are scriptures that we'll say those that purple cladded group don't understand, nor do they go into. This is Sirach chapter 2:21. So like not chapter 2, but verse 21. Chapter 21. I'm gonna start at verse 12. I'm gonna read verse 12. It says, "He that is not wise will not be taught, but there is a wisdom which multiplieth bitterness." So when one is not wise, he will not be taught. He will not learn whatever it is that is being spoken to him or broken down. But it says also there is a wisdom that multiplies bitterness, meaning the truth of Yahweh Shai. Wisdom, it multiplies bitterness because you have such a wellspring of wisdom it kind of multiplies the bitterness because you quickly realize and understand it. Nobody want to really hear it. People that don't deal with wisdom, don't deal with what it is, the righteousness, you find out that they don't want to hear it. That's what it meant by there is a wisdom that multiplies bitterness. So having this wisdom, if you have about it's not bad, but it just multiplies the bitterness, meaning you find out people don't really want to hear what you got to say, and you would think your own people would listen to you, but they don't. But these again, those purple cladded that purple cladded group, they don't understand that those that are not wise will not be taught. You cannot teach them. They won't learn anything. Let's continue. Verse 14. It says, "The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth." So the inner parts of a fool is like a broken vessel. They mean they're not going to hold any knowledge. They're not going to hold any wisdom. No matter what you teach them, no matter what you say to them, they're not going to hold on to it. It's not going to stick. It's going to leak right out. It's like you put wine in old bottles. The bottles bust. Guess what? Wine out. That's wasted wine. Something that group, that purple cladded group, just does not understand. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel. And the truth of the matter is, it's a lot of that in that group. Their inward part, they can't hold no oil. They can't hold no water. They can't hold wisdom. The wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's why you see them in that video here in Duval, over there in Moncrief in the hood, arguing rather than edifying. Because they don't hold no wisdom. They can't hold on to it. As long as they live, they're not going to hold on to no knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Shai. They're going to keep a hold to the tomfoolery. Let's continue. Verse 15, it says, "If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it." So if a skillful man, a wise man hears a wise word, he's going to commend it, i.e. agree with it, and add unto it. So a skillful man, a wise man is going to hear a wise word, he's going to commend it. He's going to congratulate it. He's going to be like, yeah, that's good. And then not only is he going to commend it and respect it and honor it, he's going to turn and then add unto the wisdom or the wise word that he's heard. It says, "But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back." So as soon as one that has no understanding, soon as one that their tongue is not, their brain and their tongue is not connected, or just their brain is not even plugged in. Never mind being connected to the tongue. Their brain ain't plugged in, one of no understanding. When they hear the words of Yahweh by Shemel Shai, it's going to displease them, and they're going to cast it behind their back. Something that group, whoever the guy was that was on the microphone, did not understand. You're supposed to wipe the dust. Okay, you ain't listening. We ain't finna keep talking to you. We're finna keep it moving. But nah, he kept trying to force that. That was really, you basically beating a dead horse. That's basically what they were doing, beating a dead horse. That little video about with IUIC. It was basically beating a dead horse. You had 4-5 dudes that was just not listening. not trying to hear nothing. And instead of using wisdom and be like, okay, you don't want to listen, you ain't hearing it, I'm not finna keep talking to you, I'm not finna say nothing. Or if them guys would have still been standing there, okay, well, we ain't talking to you, well, now we talking to the camera because we edifying the people in the camera. The thing is, we supposed to be reaching out to our people, but only the elect gonna give ear. That the remnant of Yahshua is gonna give ear. It ain't meant for everybody in Babylon, if that's of our people, to be reached. They're in earshot of the truth. They hear it. They've been marked. Because a lot of our people don't want to hear it anyway, so they're going to get judged by the Heavenly Father. Over here in America, they're going to come back in the kingdom. But when you don't have wisdom and when you ain't really, trying to walk according to Yahweh Shai, scriptures like these go over their heads. They don't even look into stuff like that. Because those guys over there in that purple-clad group, they're not skillful men. When they hear a wise word, they don't add unto it. When they hear the scriptures, when they hear the truth, it displeases them. And what's what they do? They cast it behind their back. And guess what? The same thing was happening when they was over there in the hood. Over there in the hood. Jake wasn't trying to hear that. He had no understanding. So no matter what they were talking about, it displeased Jake. So guess what? He cast it behind his back because he didn't want to hear it. But guess what? They wasn't wise enough to understand that, okay, they're not listening. Let's either wipe the dust, take back our peace, and keep it moving, or just move to, he said, keep it moving, or if you're going to stay there and teach to the camera. Ignore them. Let Jake act the fool by himself. Jake will eventually walk off when he find out that you're not paying him no attention. If you was going to stay there. But the smart thing would be to just walk off, go somewhere else, move, and then set up and continue teaching. Let's continue. Verse 16, I'm talking about 21. That's chapter 21, verse 16 of our Sirach. It says, the talking of a fool is like a burden in the way, but grace shall be found in the lips of the wise. So the talking of a fool is like a burden in the way. And the truth of the matter is, IUIC, when I was over there in the hood, there was a burden in the way. It was just in the way of the everyday process that happened over there. It's the hood. You got the car wash. You got like 2-3 corner stores within a few blocks of each other. You got the old heads under the tree drinking beer, smoking cigarettes or whatever. Like you got basically our people are that's that I would say that area over there, it's a heavy energy of degeneracy over there. But when you're not led of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, you don't know that. You don't understand that. So basically, IUIC was the fool that was the fool, and their talking was a burden in the way. They wasn't really edifying nobody, and nobody would know it was no benefit. They didn't get anybody to hear the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Well, they come in that other name. So, but even then, Jake wasn't listening to that. And for the Jakes that IUIC was talking to, it was a burden in their way. They didn't care. You in their way. You messing with the we'll say the regularly scheduled programming. That group gonna end up getting attacked now. Need to go back to the drawing board. But again, verse 16, the talking of a fool is like a burden in the way. It's annoying. You're trying to move forward or do something, and it's right there in the way. So it's annoying. It says, but grace shall be found in the lips of the wise. So grace, wisdom is going to be found in the lips of the wise. That's where the edification going to come from, in the lips of the wise. And I'm sorry, but that group, they are not wise. They don't have any wisdom. It's been too many videos and too many supposed lessons that they have done that has shown that they don't have it. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is not there. It is not there. I'm going to jump down to verse 18. It says, as is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool. And the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. So just like a house that is destroyed by a wrecking ball, an explosion, a fire, hell, a car crashing through it, anything. Just like a house that is destroyed like that, so is wisdom to a fool. Wisdom to a fool destroys them. And you get what you get in that video. A bunch of hollering and arguing and threats, ad hominem attacks and all that other stuff. Because ain't no wisdom over there. That's just the hood. It's the hood. It's been the hood for years. And the ones that call themselves doing the work, this wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shah destroys them as well. And the knowledge, again, of the unwise is as talk without sense. So even they call themselves doing the work, whatever they were talking about, it was like talk without sense. It didn't make sense to them jakes over there. It didn't make sense. And somebody that's unwise, and they knowledge, they start talking, you be like, what are you talking about? That's basically what Jake was on, man. What are you talking about? Why are you over here? Let's continue. Verse 19. Doctrine unto fools is as fetters on the feet, and like manacles on the right hand. So doctrine, structure, wisdom unto a fool or fools is like fetters on the feet. It's like shackles and handcuffs. It ties them down and locks them up. They can't do nothing. So guess what? It's a problem. They don't like it. It destroys them. Let's continue. Verse 25. It says, the lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them, but the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance. So those that don't know what they're talking about, they talk about or speak about things that really don't pertain unto them, that really does not matter, or that is of no benefit. But the words of such as have understanding, that have wisdom, their ways are weighed in their wisdom and understanding is weighed in the balance. Meaning it's going to be thought about. They say something and it make you think. Their words have weight. The wise words have weight, I should say. Salakia. Verse 26. It says, the heart of fools is in their mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in their heart. So the heart of a fool is in his mouth. You're going to know somebody is a fool by their constant speaking, over talking. How you know somebody's a fool? Because a fool will say quickly they know everything. But that's how you know a fool, because the heart of a fool is in his mouth. He's going to utter his whole heart with his tongue. But when it comes down to the wise, the mouth of the wise is in their heart, in their mind. So his mouth ain't moving, but he got a what it is, we'll say a surplus and or a storage of great wisdom and knowledge. Let's continue. Sirach 23 verse 7. It says, hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips. So basically the Lord is saying, watch your mouth. Hear the discipline. Discipline your words. Make sure that you watch your mouth. Make sure that you know what to say and how to say it. Which those Isaiah, again, those purple-cladded men, they don't understand things like this. Books like Sirach and Proverbs and Psalms, Songs of Solomon and things like that, that is for real wisdom that'll help you. Just imagine if they'd have been using the wisdom of Yahweh while Yahweh shot, even if they was in the hood. It would have been able to take control of that situation, but no, what was it? It was just a bunch of confusion, a bunch of noise. Why? Because they don't have discipline of their mouth. They don't understand that when you keep your mouth closed, you won't be taken. You won't get in trouble. As the terminology goes, loose lips sink ships. But let's continue. Read a few more. And I'm going to end it. Here we go. This is Sirach, what this is. Chapter 33. Okay, Sirach 33. Verse 4. It says, prepare what to say, and so thou shalt be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make answer. So the Lord says, prepare what to say. Meaning, think about what you're going to say. If you're out there to reach our people, make sure that you know what you're going to be talking about. And you use wisdom when you speak, and you will be heard. You bind up instruction, and then make an answer. Make sure that you know what you're doing. Make sure you got everything in place before you even do what you're supposed to do. But this is something that they lack over there in that purple-cladded syndicate or sector or group, whatever word you want to use. Let's continue. Verse 5. It says, the heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel, and its thoughts are like a rolling axle tree. So the heart of a fool is like a cartwheel, constantly going, flip-flopping, going back, just all the way, just constantly going around. And its thoughts, again, are like a rolling axle tree, just constantly going. Never stopping and thinking. But hey. Let's continue. You know what? One more. Proverbs 13 and 13, because they don't understand that. You know, when you understand specific, like, yes, specific scriptures and scriptures like these, you know, in the books of wisdom and many other scriptures that have much wisdom as well, and many other books in the scriptures. You know, it makes you a better teacher. It makes you make better decisions too. When speaking to our people. Last point, Proverbs 13 and 13. It says, whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. So we already know, those that really understand know that our people despise the word. So guess what? We know that they're going to be destroyed. They're going to get judged because they despise the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They hate the prophets. They don't want to listen. It says, but he that feareth the commandment shall what? Be rewarded. So when you fear the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, respect and honor the Lord's law, his words, it's going to be a reward because you're being obedient. There's no reward, or shall I say, the Lord ain't going to do no good thing to those that were being disobedient to him. He didn't say, I'm going to give you these laws, I'm going to give you these commandments, but don't follow them and then I'm going to bless you. No, he did not say that. He gave straight charge in Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to give you these laws. I'm going to give you these statutes. I'm going to give you these commandments. If you do everything I tell you to do, you're going to get the world. But if you don't listen, you're going to catch hell. Our people don't care about that. That's why they're catching hell. But those of us who live according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're going to get rewarded because we're being obedient. But for those who despise the word, they're going to be destroyed. It is what it is. These are some things that you could think about, you know, when out on the highways and the byways. The Lord told us to be, roughly paraphrasing, as wise as a serpent and as wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Don't go put yourself in danger. Even though the Lord says we're sheep, And he saying among wolves is roughly paraphrasing. You don't do stupid stuff like put yourself in danger. Because it could have for real went down, and those purple cladded guys would have went down for real. But hey, use wisdom, man. Use wisdom. Shalom.